The President of the Transition, His Excellency General Assimi Goïta, presided over the official inauguration ceremony of Mali's second lithium mine in Bukuni last Monday. The details in this edition. Prime Minister Major General Abdoulaye Maïga held a meeting with the representatives of all the drivers and truck drivers unions in Mali last Thursday. The rest in this program. At the international level, Zoran Mandani was elected mayor of New York last Wednesday, becoming the city's first Muslim mayor and the youngest since 1892 at the age of 34. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to English Mondiale from Maliba TV1, the web of reference. The President of the Transition, His Excellency General of Army Assimi Goïta, presided over the official inauguration ceremony of Mali's second lithium mine in Bukuni on Monday, the 3rd of November 2025. The mine, operated by Lithium Mines of Bukuni Ltd, was inaugurated in the presence of the President of the National Transitional Council, the Governor of Bukuni, regional traditional authorities, leaders and representatives of civil society. This event marked a new stage in the national strategy for developing mineral resources and achieving economic sovereignty. Mali's partners, including the representatives of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China in Mali, regional administrative authorities and members of the government, including the Ministers of Mines and the Minister of Economy and Finance, were also present. The chief of the village of Bukuni, Mr. Ntondo Jakite, expressed his gratitude to the head of the state for the mining project, expressing his hope that it will benefit the children, not cause division. The Minister of Mines emphasized the importance of the inauguration, which demonstrates the head of the state's commitment to the development of the region. The chairman of the board of directors of Kodal Mining, UK, Mr. Ten David Lay, highlighted the collaboration between Mali, China, and United Kingdom, aiming to make the Bukuni lithium mine an engine of growth through a balanced partnership. However, the minister emphasized the importance of his projects developed by local mining UK Ltd and Henan Mining Co. for Mali's economic sovereignty, mentioning a reform to clean up the mining sector, including the cancellation of 120 mining titles, 100 of which were exploration permits. The first phase of the project, with an investment of 60 million US dollars, approximately 30 billion CFA francs, targets an annual production of 120,000 tons of spodumene concentrates. By combining Bukuni and Gulamina, Mali is expected to reach 590,000 tons of lithium by 2026, thus becoming the leading producer in Africa. The project has already generated 500 local jobs and will create 800 more in its second phase. The minister specified that the mine will contribute to finance public finances through taxes, duties, dividends, and contributions to 4 mining funds, including the Local Development Fund and the fund dedicated to energy and water infrastructure. He also praised the quality of the partnership between Mali, China, and the United Kingdom. The project has already injected more than 24 billion francs CFA into the national economy through the purchase of local goods and services, and nearly 317 million CFA francs into community development initiatives, according to the Presidency of Mali. His Excellency Mr. Abdoulaye Diop, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, held a meeting on Wednesday, the 5th of November 2025, with the diplomatic and consular corps accredited to the Republic of Mali as part of the regular exchanges and information sharing. Regarding security issues and Mali's hydrocarbon supply, Minister Diop emphasized the significant effort of the government and the joint commitment of the valiant soldiers of Mali and the ASS Confederation, both in the fight against terrorists operating in our region and in securing petroleum products convoys. According to the minister, the change in the terrorist modus operandi, which now targets soft and economic assets, is a sign of a weakening in the face of our defense and security forces, as well as the waning momentum of their geopolitical plan to destabilize Mali. With a view to diligent, effective, and sustainable management of the situation, he highlighted the strong measures taken by the government under the leadership of His Excellency General Assimi Goïta, President of the Transition and Head of the State, within the framework of the Interministerial Committee for Crisis and Disaster Management, chaired by Major General Abdoulaye Maïga, Prime Minister and Head of the Government. During the Dean address, on behalf of the diplomatic corps and the interactive session, the ambassadors commended Minister Diop's effort to provide information, the government's measure to resolve the crisis and reaffirm their support. The also jointly praised the remarkable resilience, patience, dignity, and courage of the Malian people. Minister Job concluded the fruitful discussions by reassuring everyone that the protection of Malians and foreigners living in our country, including diplomatic and consular staff, is the responsibility of Mali, which will not fail to assume its obligations and prerogatives of sovereignty, according to the Information and Press Office of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. The Minister of the Environment, Sanitation and Sustainable Development, Mariam Tangara Doumbia, received the acting FAO residence representative in Mali, Dominique Kofi Kouro, in an audience on Wednesday, the 5th of November 2025. Mr. Kofi had come to discuss the ministry's concern regarding the implementation of projects and programs. During the discussions, the minister reiterated that the FAO is a long-standing partner of Mali and a strategic partner of our ministry. In accordance with the directives of the President of the Transition Head of the State, Mariam Tangara Doumbia emphasized the three principles that guide public action in the Republic of Mali. In response, the FAO resident representatives in Mali expressed its honor at being received and pledged to dedicate its 15 years of experience in the sub-region to serving Mali. The FAO works with the General Direction of Water and Forest, the Agency for the Environment and Sustainable Development, and the National Agency of the Great Green Wall of Mali, according to the Department of Communication of the Ministry of Environment, Sanitation and Sustainable Development. Prime Minister Major General Ablaye Maga held a meeting with representatives of all the drivers and truck drivers unions in Mali on Thursday, the 6th of November 2025, in the presence of the Minister of Labour, Transport, Women's Affairs, Children and Family, and Industry and Trade. The Prime Minister's meeting with the drivers was important because their patriotism is being tested. However, the Secretary General of the National Coordination of Drivers and Truck Drivers Unions and Associations, Marafa Touré, expressed their unwavering commitment to Mali despite the challenges they face. The meeting allowed the unions to voice their main demands, which are the full implementation of a collective bargaining agreement, the resolution of difficulties at customs and checkpoints, and the strengthening of a health insurance system for drivers. According to the Prime Minister, drivers and truck drivers work beyond their limits in a context marked by a change in strategy on the part of terrorist groups. The Prime Minister called for greater vigilance and for national unity in support of Mali. He also added that the armed forces, whose bravery he commanded, are doing everything necessary to secure the roads. Regarding the grievances raised, they will be reviewed by the relevant ministerial departments, according to the Prime Minister's office. At the international level, the President of the Republic of Niger, General Abdurrahman Chani, received the defense ministers of the Confederation of AES states on Friday, the 7th of November 2025, at the Presidential Palace in Niamey. General Sadio Kamara, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs of Mali, Brigadier General Celestin Simpouri, Minister of State, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs of Burkina Faso, and General Selfou Modi, Minister of State, Minister of National Defense of Niger, were present at this high-level meeting. The delegation was led to the President's office by the Nigerian Minister of Defense, General Selfou Modi. The ASS defense ministers came to review defense activities, particularly the implementation of a unified force, which is making significant progress, the Malian Minister of Defense stated after the meeting. President Chani stated further highlighted and good house on the geopolitical context and the new forms of threats that are complicating our situation, while reassuring us of the capacity of our three states to restore peace and security for the greater good of our populations, according to Nigerian Press Office. The objective is to equip the ASS with an autonomous regional force capable of responding collectively to security threats in the Sahel, in accordance with the common vision of the leaders of the three countries, according to Bamara.net. Zoran Mandani was elected mayor of New York City on the 5th of November 2025 with over 50.4% of the vote, becoming the city's first Muslim mayor and the youngest since 1892 at the age of 34. Born on 18th of October 1991 in Kampala in Uganda and having spent his childhood in Cape Town, South Africa, Mandani moved to New York City at the age of 7. He attended the prestigious Bronx High School of Science and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Baldwin College. He is the son of Mahmoud Mandani, a professor at Columbia University, and Mira Nair, an Indian film director best known for her films Mississippi Massaale and Manson Wedding. Before becoming a congressman, Mandani was a housing consultant and self-proclaimed second-rate rapper known as Mr. Cardamom. His brief music career was sometimes referenced in his opponent's negative hats. Mandani will be sworn in on the 1st of January 2026 at the age of 34. He inherited an extremely complex city of 8.5 million residents, a large bureaucracy, a municipal workforce of approximately 300,000, and a city of 115 billion US dollars. Mandani will go down in history as New York's first Muslim mayor, the first South Asian to hold the position, and one of the youngest mayors elected in modern times. He recently married Rama Douaji, an artist of Syrian descent who was born in Texas and moved to New York to pursue a master's degree in illustration. Douaji chose not to participate in her husband's election campaign, and her role in his administration remains unclear. At 28, she will be the first member of Generation Z to become First Lady of New York, according to CNN. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of English One from Maliba TV1, the web of reference. I thank you for joining me. God bless, protect, and assist you forever. See you next week.